Sezno. This is a video about time management. Like, I do not use time the way I think I do. Something I do these days is I time myself on my phone to track how much work I actually do. I got this idea on the internet somewhere, and I do this on days where I don't have to physically go into work, so I'm like often at home working on music or on videos or whatever, and it has given me a lot of insight. I'd recommend this to anybody if you haven't tried it, if you want to get better at your time management. But the glaring conclusion that I've come to is that I do not use my time the way that I think I do. It's not even close. I do not do as much work for as long as I think I do. It's weird. We all obviously value time. We all have to maneuver it. Like, we all understand how it works. But I've observed in myself the mental gymnastics that I do that misrepresents in my mind how I actually use my time. How time actually moves for me, and the typical results that are attained from a certain amount of time. Bro, for years, like, I convinced myself that on a day in which I didn't have work, right? I would say to myself, like, oh, well, like, this is my day off. Like, obviously I can get 8 hours, maybe 10 hours of great work done. But it's like, no, I don't. I don't have 10 hours of time. That is impossible. I realistically will have to do other things. Other things will pop up. I can't possibly spend 100% of my waking hours making music. So a couple years back, I started implementing this thing where I would set a timer on my phone whenever I was working. And the explicit rules that I had to follow were that I had to stop the timer anytime I did anything else. So if I got a phone call, if I had to cook, if I had to clean, if I get distracted in any way, if I have to do anything else, I have to turn the timer off until I begin again. And I would do this on days where I thought I had plenty of time to get stuff done. And needless to say, what I thought going in would be like an easy 8-hour workday, I very quickly realized, like, dude, I only spent 3.5 hours doing work today. And the strange thing was that would feel like a lot to me. It felt like I was locked in all day, when in reality, I spent more than half of that hypothetical 8-hour day doing other things. It's my day off, and realistically, a lot of other things need to get taken care of. I think as I was leaving college, I started to watch those, like, Kenny Beats videos where he would be like, if you're really about this music shit, like, you should be making beats 14 hours a day. And as like a 22-year-old, I was like, you're right. Like, I could do that easily. And that's just not the case, unfortunately. Setting the timer and all that, like, it doesn't have to be a strict disciplinary thing. It doesn't have to be torture, because I think what it demonstrated for me was that, would I realistically be able to spend a meaningful, precocious 8 hours doing work? I don't know, to be honest. Now, that depends on the person, of course. Ultimately, it is about long-term consistency, but consistency is more achievable if I have actual information that backs up, like, how do I use my time? How do I function? How do I get work done? I guess I've been trying to shave off as much fat from my life as possible, and I've learned that this is easier said than done. But yeah, I still do it to try to hold myself accountable. Maybe it will help you as well. Those are just some insights that I've had. Yeah, thank you for watching.